Right now we don't. There's like 8 people in here right now, so it's really full. I apologize for that.
Well, not to worry.
There are some other people with other types of games going on though.
Yeah, there's a spare chair we probably grab.
This is NerdCon.
Grab a spare chair.
Wow, my guy.
Gigolo pop.
Okay, well, let's talk about that.
Who is our geologist?
I am a geologist. Yes.
It's a tent put in front of yourself so that everybody can see who you are.
I am Amanda Rice.
Okay, so.
Now, do I play a woman or a cross-dresser?
You're a woman. Okay, so Teri.
Yes.
Teri is playing the Silverberg, right?
It's still, it's not as good as stuns like this.
James, you're the VP.
You can't take the action.
Logan is the foreman.
Okay.
Katie,
The way you fell, I got a really fun story. I was a favored soul, so I'm kind of stuck on the track.
And I'm a god.
I would, my
yes,
god
it was a popular male name back then.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, I mean,
Evelyn.
oh yeah, I was neutral evil. But and then there was another goddess that was trying to get me to follow her. And you know, if you know anything about Lol's thing, is you do anything for power. And I was
Hey, if everybody could, starting here, we'll start with Caitlin. The name of your character, and then just a little bit about him, probably some information from the description.
Okay.
For one freaking spell, so I'll
My
just take
character
that.
is Dr. Thomas
And,
Fry.
And where's Evelyn too? I did not
He
have
works
a lot.
for the
I wanted to
Midwest
use
Refining Company.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
he's
I
not
don't
very
wanna get too
attractive
complicated.
like at all.
Did you go with
But he's very tall.
Yes.
Almost 7 foot, 6'7".
I rolled. These are all randomly rolled.
Like tall and lanky, and also my head is way too big for my body. Means my brain's big. And it says it looks too big
You're
for
pretty
my
smart
body.
too.
But yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm a chemist. And I'm a mouth breather.
What?
His appearance is not very good, so he doesn't breathe through his nose very much. It's like this.
Oh, God.
Constantly stuffed up.
He's got sinus problems and all kinds of
And I'm just like a big, not very good
Okay.
at seeing, or I'm very old, and I smoke, and it wreaks havoc with my senses.
You
Does he
know,
smoke a pipe? Does he have a pipe list?
Pipe and cigarettes.
I heard a
does
song
he?
once.
He can't, he can't stand
No, he
cigarettes.
hates cigarettes.
Oh, you know, I heard a song once. I bet when you were 1, the doctor said, "Damn, that's an ugly ass baby."
Could be. Okay, tell us your character.
Okay,
No, I don't.
Oh,
Okay, so my character's name is Dr. N. Silverberg. He is a PhD. He has a PhD in history, so I'm.
The worst color I've had is purple.
Okay, I don't think it says it's
Purple can go down.
Yes, he is a professor.
Oh, he's a professor?
Yes, he's a professor at University of New Mexico.
Okay, he is a tall, thin, beautiful looking man. His name's about 6'8".
Okay.
I rolled these
One
random
scratch
dice.
paper.
Yeah, and also he's pretty bulky too. It says he's solid. He started balding in high school.
Everybody else.
I'm a balding guy.
Yeah.
I wear glasses.
We're
He
gonna
has
refer to each other.
lens and bat when I and I have a very nice mustache. I'm not very attractive, but you know what? I love my wife. I love my children. My life is good. I am a simple man who likes. I'm a simple man. I love photography.
Also, it's important
And
that not everybody's in line.
I've got a decent job and I've got a loving family. What could be wrong with my life right now? Words said by every investigator. Hey!
Okay, and you work for Midwest Refining. Wait, no. You're University of New Mexico.
You don't need to tell them.
I work for the University of Kansas. I'm 33 years old.
No, that's where you went to school.
Oh, where I went to school.
Yes.
Yes.
You work for Midwest
Yeah,
Refining.
I work at the Midwest Refining Company. I've been working there for 3 years. I'm an outdoorsy kind of person. I love to be out in the woods and I'm down to earth. Everybody likes me. I am a good-looking man. I'm like 33.
Ruggedly good looking.
Ruggedly good-looking. I don't know if I'm single or if I'm married.
If it doesn't say you're married,
I'm a good-looking single guy.
it'd be under the description.
It's already
Not
gone.
description. It would be under his history somewhere.
Yeah, and I didn't see
Oh,
that.
yeah, you
So.
guys can mark on these anyway.
Okay, so I'm a single, good-looking, 33-year-old guy that likes the
Against
woods,
authority,
and I
you're
go
Robin.
out looking
Essentially,
for
you're an elf. So
oil.
it's like,
That's kind
you're
of
an
what
act
I
like an elf.
Yep.
You're pretty much like the typical elf.
Who are you playing, Logan?
I am Juan Gutierrez.
Whatever you can
I am the foreman of the Midwest Refining Company.
You're a foreman at the
do.
base.
I want to make everything.
I dropped out of high school because I did not like my hometown. And I traveled around the world. I went from New Mexico to Mexico and back to New Mexico. I'm 26 years old.
No, that was rude.
I'm a average intelligence, average height. So I'm pretty average all around. I shave every day, but I still eat the 5 o'clock shadow.
Thank you.
That's all you need to know, I guess.
He's going to be in charge of, there's going to be 6 other people with you guys on this thing. NPCs are just workers. 5 of them are Hispanic, from Mexico, New Mexico, and Texas. One of them is Jewish. He is from, I'm not sure.
Brother!
Yeah, could be. His name is Logan or something like that.
My guy's a pretty good winner. I'm 5'5". I'm decently ugly. I'm a little dumpy and overweight. I wear really thick glasses because I'm nearsighted, and I always look kind of sick.
Yeah.
He dresses very well, though. Oh yeah, I'm the vice president.
He's a vice president. One of the vice presidents.
Okay, one of them. And his name's Roger Stanford, if I said it.
I gave her the best.
He dresses well in the most expensive clothing. And he prefers to smoke cigars. And he drinks whiskey.
Whatever you know.
I'm Amanda Rice. I'm currently a secretary at
No, he doesn't have to do the girl voice. I'm not doing man voice. You don't got to do a girl
That's
voice.
the voice you got to do the girl.
No, the voice is if you so desire.
You go ahead and
Keep going, Johnny.
So I'm currently working as a secretary at a Midwest Refining Company. And I work diligently, but at the same time, I'm very pretty, I'm pretty tall. But even though I'm fairly smart, I like to keep a cab under wraps, and in the affairs that I end up having,
Just the one, you know.
in the one affair that I've had, I have been considering if it goes sour, I might engage in a little blackmail. I've certainly collected information, but I know enough about it. So.
This guy.
That's
Dumpy, assured
That's
guy.
clear knowledge. Keep that in mind. Nobody knows.
Yeah, y'all don't know this. This is a secret.
Now, here's the thing. Silverberg came to you with this information. Silverberg is the story. He thought that there might be oil in this one spot. He'd done a little research about this town. It's called Harlotville.
Great.
And
the Vale of Horrors.
what you like? Yes, actually like that. That's the name of the town. You don't know why it's just a historical spot.
I got a good kick out of it.
And you can reveal any more of that information that you've got that you would.
I'll be happy to share.
Okay,
I'll
you
read
can
off
share
this
that
then.
to everybody if you want. It's a long drive out there to the other side of the state.
I'm going to try to do. I might change the pronouns around, but I can probably this up.
No, that's fine. You can change anything you want as long as the information stays relatively.
I'm not going to do an accent or a voice.
That is fine too.
No. Since the Hawk Strikes 1927, I did some research. Something I really like doing in my pastime. And then hopes to find the location of the big one we're going to right now, actually, and to make some money. And in the spring of 1928, I stumbled across something that might give us some fruit, which is again here. In the Geologist ghost town, the western part of the
one-note party.
claim to St. Augustine.
St. Augustine
St.
should be.
Augustine.
It might say St. but it should be St.
The town was called,
You are off
and
to
don't
St.
laugh, well, don't
that is
Harlotville.
pretty much
I'm quite sorry, man. I shouldn't be very and what I could piece together is that the place was settled in 1825 by prostitutes and headed west to make better life for themselves. Get out of that. There was some trouble with the wagon, and unfortunately the ladies made home where they found the spring in the desert.
Pretty much in prison.
Over the next 20 years, enough people, mostly men, migrated to the area
Now be siphoning off its power
and it stayed
for its own ends, which is never good because
that
black
it
flag
actually
is
became a town.
So,
Oh, and when they
it's
stayed,
pretty
it
much
became a
it.
town. Granted, the land belonged to Mexico at the time, but
Unfortunately,
most of the people who
you
stayed
do,
there were from the
know
United
that
States. The tiny village seemed
Black
to
Dragon does
prosper
have a
as
lot
far
of
as I could
surface.
see.
It does in most
What really
areas.
interested me,
It has
however, were the few notes that I could find that the water had an oily taste and smell, no matter where the wells were set down. One particularly deep well actually brought back forth black water. That was
I think it was Centaur with top hat.
so sick with the stink of oil. The well was filled in and buried once
This
again.
essentially is what that
I'm
is.
sure that
This
indicated a major
abnormal
oil
object.
field,
In addition,
possibly one very close to the surface in my
you're
kind
going
of
to actually
area.
have to end up crossing
Unfortunately,
from
the town doesn't
a
exist
plains
anymore.
area
During the
into
Mexican-American
an
War,
actual
everyone was either killed in the town or they
sunken
fled.
temple area.
There are very few records of what might have happened to Harlow.
Possibly, you know,
One
talking
record I
to folks
did
on
find was
YouTube.
that a squad of soldiers who investigated the area in the fall of
1857. Who
According
knows?
to the report, which was
Is that-
incredibly difficult
Yeah,
to
that or
obtain,
kill them all. I'm
The squad found the entire town deserted, but a commanding officer, a
Depending
lieutenant,
on how off the rails we get, we'll see how it works. If everybody dies, we'll probably just go on over to a
felt the town was quite disturbing to the men. In the middle
At
of the
this
night,
point,
two soldiers apparently
we will
murdered each
begin
other.
during your travels.
Private William Marshall and Private Thomas Smith.
Lizard folk.
The squad left the next day with all due haste and reported back that the town must have been attacked by Mexicans at some point, and the Americans there had rallied to defend it themselves but lost. He recommended then that the town be burned.
I've had these dice. These dice are absolutely demonic.
Well, I know
They're
that.
designed to kill players.
So you leave from the small town Wednesday, July 18th, 1928. You set out from the tiny town of Datil, New Mexico, which is a little more than Crossroads, basically. And head down the mountains until you reach the plains of St. Augustine, which is part of the northern part of the Chihuahuan Desert, actually. So you're getting, the scrub desert that you see in all the westerns, the world. That's what you're having to drive across. You've got Mr. Stanford's got he's got a 1925 Duesenberg Model A Tourer. That's where you guys are all crammed in. And you've also got two Model TT trucks, flatbeds, with a bunch of gear in the back. The foreman is probably riding in the big car, but he could be riding with his men if he wants. That would mean cramming 4 into one of the trucks, which would be very tight. So that's entirely up to you. Okay, so you can ride in the big car, and I'm sure he would allow it. You're almost a person. It's 1928.
The Lord says to treat all men with equality.
Wow. So anyway.
That in a sense nice. I like to have an ostracized, and I have to sympathy.
You're not sure where exactly this town is. You've got some maps. You know it's in the plains of St. Augustine. And you're thinking it's on the southeast side somewhere, but you're not sure exactly. What I'm going to need is everybody to make me... Well, first, who's driving which vehicles?
I would imagine that I would be driving, because I had all my notes.
It's your car. Are you driving? Yeah, if you are. It's your car.
Wait, if he's rich, couldn't he just have somebody who drives?
He doesn't have anybody with him.
Oh, okay.
I think I would actually be driving with my.
Okay, so you're driving in one of the trucks, and there's a couple guys in the back with some of the gear.
I'm driving my car.
I need a drive auto from you and you, and I'm going to make one for the driver of the third vehicle. To start with.
I'm assuming I've got John sitting beside me, right?
I got to roll.
Amanda?
Amanda.
If you want her to be.
Oh boy, I just drove right off the road.
No, there's no road. What?
Me too.
He drove into one tree and then
You're a geologist.
You roll on. She's a
You would
geologist.
know about the earth. You would know what we
I dropped out the
about
place.
Maybe you can make a knowledge check to see if we find anything that would be closer to where we
I dropped out.
Wait, now what now? No, you have no idea where you're going in this day. You're the one who has the best idea.
Okay, so
And there was no actual location or maps that when you found your information? All you found was this story.
Well, yeah, that's what
And
I
it's
was
the
thinking.
St. Augustine.
I know about rocks in the ground.
Yes,
So-
she's a geologist, not a geographist. Not a geographer.
Well, I was thinking if
Did you make your roll?
I did not.
Did you make your roll? Wow, neither did the third driver. Okay, so,
We're all crashing?
No. You guys are driving across the desert. It's covered in scrub brush. It's not surprising that over the course of the day, somebody hits a rut that causes some damage to the vehicle, which means having to pile out, make some quick repairs. Yes, Katie, right?
Yeah, I have a quick question. Like, so when we're rolling, are we trying to make?
Less than that number or less.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's your chances of success first.
Isn't that a woman's name?
You want to roll
The
less.
whole language it's in.
But
Yeah.
it's 19
But you do hear a
or
movement.
20.
Evelyn is a woman's name, but Evelyn was a common male name back then.
Gotcha.
Attack action. It sounds like.
You just pick one that's high, you figure out which one is high first. So anyway, yes, over the course of the day, there are 3 different accidents. Vehicles need to be stopped and repaired. It's actually not uncommon in the 20s for breakdowns to occur. In cars, the vehicles are still
I just give up.
automobiles are new in general. So it does slow your search of the desert, however. Everybody can now make me a navigation check, please. That's one of your skills. You have a very small chance of making it.
Less than 10, let's go. Nope.
Nobody here is truly navigating. No Boy Scouts in the party.
I used to do track and field. I am not a Boy Scout by any means.
That number or lower, right?
Correct. Did anybody make it?
No.
No,
No.
I was only 70.
You know the general vicinity of where you think the town is, but you don't have a specific location.
Okay.
You end up driving around
Oh dear.
most of the day. Now you have extra. You've got extra petrol. No, you're in the middle of the desert. There's extra petrol cans. There's gas cans. You guys have camping equipment and everything. It is not until almost dusk that you spot what appears to be buildings in the distance. And when you drive through them, and it only takes a very short time once you've actually spotted them, and you spot what looks like a little town. None of the buildings appear to be whitewashed or painted, and you're guessing that might be your ghost town.
Could I use the knowledge history to double check on the accounts to look for any signs or anything?
You don't really have any real good description of the town.
Okay.
It wasn't really kept track of. It was never a real town.
I know another thing.
Can I do a geologist study to check and see if there's oil?
Probably not while you're driving.
Oh, I was going to
You'll have to
say.
wait and stop and get some samples next.
I was gonna say, can we find a well? Do we see one nearby?
You don't see it from a distance, but you guys are driving in that direction. It's the first sign of anything you see. So you drive into the town. You're guessing that this is the right place. This is probably.
Since we're in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah, and there's nothing that says there's any other towns.
You need to be proper,
everything about
you need to be proper, you're like.
Okay, listen up. What do you
I'm just
do?
gonna let you know.
Did you make me a suit?
Rumbling
My characters.
He's probably got dust up his nose, and he's like, "Please don't smoke around me."
Here.
Okay, the ghost town of Harlotville is actually smaller than you'd initially imagine. Okay, listen up. But in just as bad shape. The buildings were once painted. All the paint has rotted away in the last 75 years, leaving only gray bleached wood behind. Probably a little more than a dozen buildings are clustered in a T-shape that follows the overgrown streets of the town. The wind blows mournfully through the town, and there's no sign of any glass remaining in any windows. You guys approach from this direction, and you can come rolling right into the middle of town if you want. Dominating the village is a large 3-story building, number 3. Where the road intersects the T across the street from it is a 2-story building with a sign nailed to it with the word hotel upon it. Over here, further down the street's a solid building with a bell tower, maybe a church, maybe a school. Hitching posts and rotten, empty troughs stand in front of most of the buildings. The whole place seems like it's watching you. You feel almost like someone waits in the old houses and the buildings of the places. As your vehicles approach the place where the roads intersect, several buzzards rise up off the roof of the largest house, this guy over here, and take to the sky with a circle ominously.
It's just supposed to be scary. It's our cars.
You can probably pull your vehicles to a stop somewhere right here, right there, and see down each road.
Are there anti-lanterns?
Where did you say there might be lanterns on?
No, I think
You don't see them from where you're
they
sitting.
said that they backed.
They attack in melee with a spear plus 6.
Old well
It deals 2
that
to 6
had
plus
nothing
6
to do
damage.
with water.
Touch
I
AC
said
is
we need
10.
to find that well and we need to find it.
Well, it's almost dusk right now.
You can't work in the dark.
Yeah, exactly. That was my other thing.
Your men are really like, yeah.
Yeah, we can't.
Well, the other thing is, I'm afraid that if we try to work it dark and use a lantern, he might accidentally
If you need
oil,
anything else,
which
I'll
would
let
be
you know.
a disaster for all of
Prepare.
us.
So,
Well, I mean, why don't I just try to sample some areas around and we can try to
What? I don't.
I'm talking to the foreman, the guy who works with oil.
Looks like
Yeah, what are you talking about? Lanterns are fine working
he
anyway.
also has a horn.
I don't know all the time.
He's like a city.
They do charge.
No, you're not totally off base, but your foreman, you're a history teacher. And here's a foreman of oil rigs. You've dealt with light and lanterns. You guys have safety lanterns.
Well, I didn't know. I was thinking like open fist.
Well, you don't, and your character doesn't know either. There's a bunch of gear, you have no clue what any of it is.
In that case,
We have the lanterns, but I'd still, me and my men would still like to wait.
Well,
I have no idea. How about we cycle through? Some of y'all can take breaks and go to sleep, while the others are getting samples for our geologist, and then you cycle out.
We would need to take shifts of 5.
Plus, you're gonna have to sit.
Well, I mean, we're gonna need some food, so
Oh yeah, I'm assuming we packed a lot.
There's plenty of food, there's plenty of water.
okay.
There's
Plenty means a
pretty
couple
much
days.
about a week's worth, just in case. You're hoping he's not gonna take
How long did it take us
anything.
to get here?
All day. You left
Okay,
Dad
so
Hill.
just took a day.
Yeah, you left Dad's Hill and you crossed, but you've also been searching the desert, so driving in various patterns trying to find this tent. And you're not sure exactly where it is, like on a map, but you know that if you head kind of northeast-ish, you think you'll get back to Dad Hill.
He's gonna try to poke you too.
Alright, and another thing is...
Northwest.
You're getting poked.
Like I said, we need to find
Dog's
one
getting
else.
poked.
One of the wells
Dog's
got
not
poked.
getting poked, maybe.
Dog's not getting poked.
So-
Dog's gonna dog.
It was buried.
What is your flat-footed
You.
disease?
If we can find signs that
Yes,
are
and there's another bigger one in the corner.
Okay.
Yours is
Don't
one
worry,
in
barbarian.
part 160. There's also more.
Probably have
Because you know they buried them on the mountain.
It was years ago, though.
It is true, like what you start on, like even back then with
So,
the
the answer is
Silverberg,
yes.
it was a little bit
So,
different.
you
I mean, I know I'm not
cannot,
the expert
you
there,
cannot
but
be
Years.
flat-footed.
Not, yeah, I won't even make you roll. After 75 years,
No.
It all
very,
gets
very,
long
very,
time.
very unlikely. Although,
I mean,
that this village lasts this long is because it's in a desert, which means there's not much rainfall, which also means that there won't be as much changes in the ground.
yeah, but wind
Get out of here.
and stuff.
You real dodge both.
I mean,
Yes,
there will still
definitely
be
wind would
growth.
do it.
So wind,
All the
erosion,
scrub brush that has probably grown up. This
Yeah.
doesn't show it, but the roads are full of that same stuff that's everywhere.
Yeah, so the fact that
On the back.
I don't think there would be much of a change in
Yeah.
the
Yeah. So you
place
can't
where the
cut
well
off.
is. I mean, it's
so
just gonna be a dug up piece of dirt.
Talk about it.
It's not dug up anymore.
If
It's
the
been
normal
75
well, then
years.
there'd be a
And
mountain
the
of
dog's
dirt
flat
buried.
so he doesn't have any dough.
Yeah, I know.
Or running out of daylight.
It is getting dark
Let's
very
set up-
quickly, and the temperature's starting to drop a little.
The dog
Where
is
do you want to, where do you want to set up camp?
okay.
Right now, you're
What's bigger, the hotel or the big house?
We roll.
Say
Should we
what?
go
What's
in
bigger, the big house or the?
Well, no one lives here.
The big house is bigger, and it is getting even. The
That'll
big
be-
house is bigger,
it'll
the
be
hotel across the
cigars
street is
from
2
us.
stories.
We don't know
Most of
how
the rest of
safe
the
these
buildings are
buildings are.
1 story.
Yeah, it's been years.
The workers are looking around, they've kind of climbed out, and they're stretching their legs. Some of them look around kind of nervously.
Which
We
one
have
is
camping-
less
we have camping
structurally
Yeah, we do.
unsound?
I said we set up the tent.
Give me an architecture check. Oh, you don't have that.
Is that not
You have,
something?
no, it's not. You have no idea.
I mean, I've got archaeology, but I'm not gonna make that.
It's impossible to tell without going inside, stamping around, maybe.
Yeah.
Could I pick up a rock and throw
Oh,
it
there's
in
no
and see how?
Look at the range.
Yeah, there's plenty of rocks and debris.
Okay, throw a rock inside one of the houses and see how it reacts.
Which house? It looks like actually the big one, the three-story one, has shutters and they're all closed up. The rest of the houses just don't have like gaping open holes where the glass was.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just open up the front door and just throw a rock and see how it messes with things.
So Silverberg walks up to the front door and
So in range, you also got bonuses.
it's not locked. And he opens it up and you just chuck a rock in there?
Yeah, just to see how it
How
reacts.
big a rock? Like just
Yeah.
good size?
I've got a good strength, I can just don't.
You're boom, boom, boom. Obviously the floors are not real
You hit
thick.
it.
Boom, 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 boom.
But no, like.
No, but there's some movement in there of some kind.
13.
Hey guys, we got something fun.
Just as he says that, all of a sudden, bats come flying out. I'm gonna say it in check from you. It startles everybody. The workers are
Oh,
like,
on the tent.
my hair.
The tent for this 20 minute. I
Okay,
say
so your
it's
sanity is up there on the.
55.
Yes, you can get 55 bucks.
Well, I don't know about you, but I need somewhere to be able to have my music.
Okay, so you lose 1 point of sanity. Usually start with this. So circle your
Set it up.
On the ground.
You're just very badly started.
My dice are used to rolling high.
I could have a nice and
Same for mine.
It was so hard.
Alright,
Exactly.
no.
That's exactly.
No,
Silverberg screams, falls backwards.
Well,
almost-
a bunch of bats. I want the bats.
Yeah, and you lost a point of sanity. Do me a dex times 5. Multiply your dexterity times 5, and you want to roll less than that on your percentages. 8 times 5 is 40.
Yay!
Made it? Okay. Stumbles back off of the porch, does not fall, but just boom, 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 and gets away from the door, I'm assuming, as quickly as possible.
Okay, bats. I'm not okay with bats anymore.
Maybe it was probably a couple dozen. It seemed like a lot of bats.
And now everybody
Looks like probably should.
Let's see a tent. Let's do that.
Me and her are gonna set up some tents.
Yeah.
Oh!
The geologist.
Yeah. Okay, so the initial modifier is.
Where's a good plot to play?
Everyone's a man about this guy.
Asking the geologist. He knows rocks. Where should we put our tents? Here's a map of the town, you guys. The numbers on it are just for all of our convenience.
20.
I think maybe around this location right here would be good. It's nice and flat and it's a little
So you
bit
move
away
the
from
cars
the
back
buildings.
out, and you put up there are 5 good-sized tents, one for the workers, and then
All of them.
Yes, they don't mind.
well, these are big tents. I mean, there you go.
Nice.
Bigger than half the building. Bigger than
Car,
together.
we were just
Oh my god! It's the room split in tiny miniature form.
So, it'll probably take about an hour to set up.
What time of day is it?
It was already dusk.
So it's real late.
You decide how you want to set the tents up. I'm assuming are you going to put them right on the road? It's not like anybody uses it.
There's slightly out of town, like that one little corner that I pointed out.
Yeah, I'd say just off the road.
Yeah, just off the road, a little ways from the buildings, because you don't know what's going to be in the buildings. There might be like rabid bats.
Well, the only thing you really have to worry about.
In 75 years since anybody's been in our buildings, critters have moved in.
What are bats doing in the middle of the desert?
Say what? What's the matter?
I said, what are bats doing in the middle of the desert?
Oh, there's lots of bats in deserts. As a matter of fact,
I don't know that. I mean a story.
Okay, as you're setting up the tents, you guys see a whole cloud of bats from the east side of town somewhere just flying into the sky. Kind of dispersed.
Hide in the tent. This is the bat shop. Nope.
Yeah, there's a lot of indigenous life. You guys have seen a lot of animals and stuff as you're driving here. Nothing that you would think would be dangerous. There's no bears out here. There's no mountain lions or anything. The mountains around, there might be coyotes, but coyotes are scared of people. And there are 2 22 rifles in with everything else.
Good boy, 22s.
Well, all you need of course to maybe shoot coyotes that come through those
I like dogs. Dogs don't jump out and fly in your face.
There were a lot of bats. It was eerie.
So
Okay,
you
so-
said there was 5 tents.
There's 5 tents, I think. Is that what's on the list?
Does he sleep with these people?
No. I think cram 6 people into a tent on top would be pretty tight. The best bet might be to give the workers, and he could sleep with them if you give him 2 tents. You're probably going to want your own tent.
I might want to share with him. But not in front of these people. Yeah.
She should probably get her own. She should probably.
Sorry.
It was awful. She should probably get her extra jacket and then that would leave.
For what, y'all?
4 of you guys. If you don't sleep with the other workers, then you can sleep in a tent with the 4 of you.
I did love that.
Okay. So then the 4 of you guys can be the tent. You can have your own tent. Amanda can have her own tent. Or actually, Amanda should probably be in this tent. She's away from everybody else. I keep looking at you for
A question. It's impossible to read.
Not to mention the friggin'
Yes.
How do you do that?
Well, at the end of the scenario, if you've accomplished things, you can get points back. Other than that, you can go get psychoanalysis, and that can help cure it.
Special pills.
Or it could make you go.
They can make you get worse, but there's not a very good chance. Okay. So you're taking this tent. We got are the boys in here, the workers?
The boys.
Okay, over there. This is actually very.
I thought this was the worker tent.
You do not have animal
Furthest
companions
out.
for a reason.
No, that's the
We
ladies.
want the workers to be in 2 different tents, though. So that'd be 3 and 3 for the workers.
It's
Amanda,
considered flint until somebody else makes an attack roll.
the brain
That works
axe,
absolutely.
and you get your own tent too.
If you attack someone.
Okay.
So, why do you guys think or is such a small
Yours is an
band?
extra 5d6 points gained for things.
What you think of those?
Well, no, six guys to dig, and we're just finding evidence of oil,
Yeah, we're
and
not-
then we're gonna burn everything.
We're not.
Nailed it.
Yeah, we're just fine.
I don't know why I'm here, honestly. Actually, no, I
You
do.
do know. Did you
I
read
did.
your
I
background?
did.
I think it's
And you say
possible.
that, I don't even know why.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, why the hell did you bring me up in the middle of the street?
I'm confused at why it says that.
I'm the
I wonder
entertainment
why
man.
there's so much
Come on.
secrecy.
Wonder why what?
I wonder why there's so much secrecy.
Because you heard about this entire expedition from him.
And I
He
need
said
your
keep it to yourself.
Let's build a campfire.
We're going. He is above you. He is above you in the ranking of the company because he's a vice president and you work for him.
Yeah,
But he's
why
busy.
can't I understand? This is just odd.
You can ask.
Oh, God.
What
Yeah,
what's your
why-
question?
why-
There's a campfire going.
Okay, good.
Oil, that's a big deal, but I mean,
We
it's
want to be the
above
first
you.
ones to find it,
You actually,
That's
actually counted as a plus.
but we want the credit.
Not a plus.
I don't want to send
In
other
addition,
people.
it is extra 2d6 points.
Everybody gets a bonus if we find it first.